We're just two friends who love the movies, call each other every morning.
Hey, good morning, man. Sorry I'm calling you a little later than usual. I was on the phone with my mom.
That's no problem, man. Honestly, if you had called me about half an hour earlier, I would have been, you know, useless to this phone call because I didn't get much sleep last night. I probably slept 4 hours, and my coffee's just starting to kick in.
Yeah, I saw that you had messaged me. I thought something had, I didn't, obviously you always think, is everything all right?
Oh yeah, sorry
No.
about that. I don't remember why I texted you. I was with Wesley a little bit, I think during that time that I texted you, so maybe I was gonna ask you a question about something we were talking about.
Uh, did y'all watch a movie?
No, we just hung out, and
Dude,
we talked about
well,
the movies.
y'all talked about the movies. What did y'all discuss?
We're talking about different things that he'd screened for me over time. One thing we were trying to figure out is why we watched the movie The Hunt with Mads Mikkelsen,
Yeah,
Thomas Vinterberg,
yeah.
because we watched it at his house, and we were just like, why do we watch that? I don't know if like we had seen the trailer and thought it looked cool, but it's kind of a random movie for us to watch at that time.
Yeah, at that age, right?
Yeah, so I don't know.
I mean, that's a great movie, great performance, man.
For sure, in a disturbing movie, and the, one of the reasons that it came up at all, I think, is because of one of the movies that I wanted to talk about today, which was Laura and I finally got around to watching After the Hunt.
Oh, nice. Okay. I don't
Yeah.
think I talked about that one on my end, right? I was
No,
waiting.
I want to hear you talk about it.
Well, I'd like to hear your thoughts first because I've been waiting for you to watch it.
Well, you saw it first, so I think you should go first.
All right, man. Well, first of all, man, put Michael Stuhlbarg in any movie, dude, because
No kidding.
he's like a scene stealer in everything he's in, man. He's he's amazing in this movie, and he's given like I think if anyone was in that role, it would have just been a another husband role, you know.
You know
Uh,
who would have been interesting in that role, and you'll probably see why I'm saying this because there's a little bit of a physical resemblance between them, but also there were a couple of moments where he was horsing around that gave me a pang of sadness, missing Robin Williams.
yeah, I've always thought that he reminds me of Robin Williams.
Yeah, they've got the same stature, but yeah, what you're saying is completely true. He's never missed in any role that I've ever seen him in.
Well,
He
you
makes
know
every movie better.
the scene in Call Me by Your Name is very similar to the scene in Good Will Hunting.
Oh, sure, that's a good point. You know something else? He, just bouncing around here, but he had a moment with similar emotional gravitas in After the Hunt, where it's like the filmmaker whose name is hard for me to say. Do you know how to say it?
Luca Guadagnino, or
Yeah,
Guadagnino, I believe.
yeah. I don't know how to say it, but he seems to realize that he can, position uh Stuhlbarg like he just needs to put him in place to like make his movie come together.
Yeah,
Oh, that's sweet.
it's almost as if Stuhlbarg is the piece that makes everything else work. Like,
Right. Yeah, he's
uh,
like, okay, now it's time to send in the big gun. Let's finish this thing. Uh, you know,
so in regards to everything else, I look. I think this is Julia Roberts' best performance in a very long time.
oh sure.
I thought she was just phenomenal. And look, I think if the movie had been better received, both critically and audience wise, I think we would have been seeing a Oscar nomination for her. because she really is just she gives like just an amazing performance, man. I was like, okay, I had seen her in a few things, recently, but I hadn't seen her this good in a very, very long time, Mitch.
She was
She,
great.
yeah,
Sam, you're right. She was great.
she was great.
What I don't understand, and you just alluded to it, when we finished the movie and Lori told me she had just started Googling about it, reading about it online, she said, "This has a 34% on Rotten Tomato." My jaw hit the floor.
Yeah, I'm there with you, man. I don't. This is one of those movies where I don't think it deserves all the hate that it's been getting. Now, is it a great movie? I don't think so. I think it's overlong, and I think there's a lot of it that could have been taken out, and I think a lot of what their messaging could have been a little bit clearer because it did feel like a mess at times and what the point they were trying to get across, right? But overall, I thought it was a solid film, man. I enjoyed it. I thought Andrew Garfield in the short amount of time he was on screen, I thought he was really great. Um, yeah, I mean, what did you think?
Well, I think it was great. I
Okay, yeah.
I don't understand. The only thing that I could think of in terms of it getting that critically panned
Is
is
the
that
subject matter?
right. So I can only imagine that reviewers felt like to even try to talk about this movie is kind of a political landmine.
Yeah,
It is almost no right thing you can say when you're engaging with stuff like this. And so that's the only reason I can think of that this movie got that low of a critical score. And to me, the filmmaking was just pretty much above anything else I've seen this year
yeah.
in terms of sheer skill.
I'm
And
there. I'm there with you, man. That's one reason why I was just kind of like, what is the deal? Like, I would understand maybe like a 60%, right? But for it to be that rotten, 36, like, no. I mean, there's no way this movie is made by an expert filmmaker, right? The score was phenomenal. It was
oh my
by
goodness,
yeah, I love the
Atticus Ross
score.
and Trent Reznor, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Unbelievable. So good. I mean, I was watching and I was thinking like this is what our generation's film scores are going to be defined by is these guys like, whereas a generation or so ago it was, John Williams and Hans Zimmer and
Yeah,
that sort of thing. This is like what film score is going to be to the young mind.
I think so too, man. Was this the movie yesterday that you were wanting to talk about?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
I
okay,
I
gotcha.
I've had I don't even know where to start because I read a review for Eddington on Letterboxd, and they were just simply saying that we need more movies that take a good long hard look at the present moment, and
Yeah,
that's what I wished Eddington had done throughout. That's like where I thought it kind of spun out at the end in some
yeah,
cool ways, things that were still cool to see and I still liked, but I was most interested in the first two-thirds of the movie where they were just like, let's eyeball this thing. Well, what
yeah,
was going on? And I thought that this movie was doing that so well. And maybe I'm wrong, but I just liked how like hard it was like arguing with itself about all of these impossible ideas
yeah,
and the performers were just doing were giving were just doing the so much favors to every like you said, man. I mean, Roberts, Stuhlbarg, Garfield, man, so charismatic, so engaging every time he's on screen, and so many moments where he just contains multitudes in a single expression.
yeah,
This movie felt like alive, very
yeah,
risky, very thoughtful,
yeah.
very energetic. I really, really took to this one. Laura and I have been talking about it the past couple of days.
Yeah, I'm there with you in that. I did think that it felt alive, but I am conflicted in that. I just felt like it was. I would be feeling the same thing you're feeling, like that much in love with it,
If you hadn't
if
read the
it
book
had.
first.
You're funny. No, if it had been more contained, like tighter. I
Huh.
felt a lot of the movie was just kind of it was lagging a bit. It just felt too long for me, you know.
Yeah, I didn't feel
Um,
that. Like, I was happy with the runtime, basically. Um, I, s- I wonder what you think of the ending.
uh well, we'll just spoil it. Where she eventually gets a good role, right? And then she meets with that girl. Um, that's what you're referring to.
Yeah, the final scene especially,
Uh,
where they meet back up together.
I don't know. It's one of those that I'm still kind of. It's a head scratching moment, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah, for
don't I
sure.
don't. I'll be honest with you. I don't. I didn't know what to think about it then, and I still don't know what to think about it now. Maybe that was the point. Who knows? What did you what did you think of it?
I don't know. I don't know, but to there, it's so I don't even know the word I'm looking for. Not abstract. It's so subtle, and it, it feels like it's hiding something. That scene. That scene feels like it's hiding something. Feels like it's
Right?
got I think, and that's what's so exciting to me about it. I just keep thinking about it. Like, what exactly do we have here? And coming off, it really is the same call me by your name kind of beats, because you remember in that one you had the speechless stool bark, where he just kind of is a buoy to his son in that moment, and here he's a buoy to his wife in this beautiful scene in the hospital. I just the way that scene was lit and performed, and it's upsetting subject matter, but
Yeah, I I talk you hearing you talk about it. I think maybe it was all an act on her end. And although
oh,
what she was saying was nice, there has to be a reason why she chose to meet at that specific location.
okay, okay. So an act on Io's end, or
An act on
no, no.
Julia Roberts.
Okay, it's interesting that you're saying that, man,
The
because
location, Mitch. Remember the location of the restaurant?
right, it was where they used to go with
That
Hank,
was that
the
was
Garfield's
Garfield's
character.
favorite spot. She even acknowledges that.
Yeah, so they're both like they're because to hear you say that is important. Like that she was sort of manipulative. She was always organizing to her own self-interest. But Io, like similarly, like the first moment that Io kind of tells uh, Julia what happened, just using their actors' names. Um,
She's calculated. She's
she
very
yeah, and
calculated.
so
What she says, right?
and because Julia has behaved similarly, she clocks it immediately, and she says, "Why did you tell me?" Like her first reaction is like she immediately understands that she's jockeying for some kind of
But
payoff or higher
not
ground.
not only that, but the wording.
Oh yeah, it
Uh,
was like giving your history, and then she's like, "What do you mean?" And then she plays it off like it was something that wasn't meant to mean what exactly it was meant to mean.
she was trying to imply that it was worse than what it was, but she didn't want to just say outright, "Oh, he did this." Like she wanted, from what I gathered, was if you say, like for example, if I told you, "Hey, something happened," obviously your mind is gonna go to the worst thing that could happen, right? Sh- And who knows? I don't think he I don't know about you. I think maybe he he threw himself on her, right? Like he was maybe he was trying, but I don't think they actually, you know, like had. I don't think he actually like, had intercourse with her.
Okay, so I guess I have some thoughts about what you're
I
saying, and I think it kind of a lot of that. The most we're ever gonna know, I think, from the movie's vantage point, is what we get when he's at the wharf at her little uh, dockside place at the end.
yeah
And one, you get the sense that he had been previously manipulated by his professor or by her, right?
yeah
And then two, that movie, that scene is a little, pretty much disturbing. But because she's saying, "Hey," well, they start to kiss, and she says, "Stop," okay, and he's reticent to, okay, and he finally does, and then she says, "Leave," and he turns around and he stands there for too long, and he's standing there, and you almost get this. His performance is good, and it's just upsetting, but you almost get the sense where he's like deciding if he's gonna to leave or if he's gonna go back to what he was doing.
yeah
It's very, very, very chilling.
yeah.
But he
I
doesn't. He leaves.
what I mean is, when I was saying earlier, like I do think he did do something to her, but
Okay, yeah.
I just don't think that
Well, she said
she
she says, and one believes her. Actually, I think you're meant to believe her by the filmmaking that he did assault her.
he did assault her, but in the beginning, whenever she's first mentioning it's almost as if she's trying to, how do I say
But
it?
later, she does say that he did rape her.
He did
To
rape her,
her,
exactly.
to her. Sorry, this is upsetting stuff. If those are listening, maybe should have given more of a warning. But um, then she does say that, but he maintains that he didn't. You don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say this filmmaking led us to believe it was true. I think the filmmaking is intentionally ambiguous.
Yeah,
Um, and it's a great piece of filmmaking is what it is. And if you're asking
yeah,
me, I just thought every choice from everybody involved was just doing the thing. Like it's very exciting that there's movies that are just really not phoning it in. I don't know how else to say it. I this movie was really powerful. That's all.
yeah. I think everything across the board was like top tier filmmaking, right? From the music, from the sound design, from the acting, from the cinematography, from the direction. I guess my issue lies maybe a little in the editing, as obviously I told you, I think it is a little too long, and then maybe I think the script in terms of, I don't know. Look. Here's the thing. Once again, and it's this is probably the Sam hears Mitch talk about a movie and wants to watch the movie again podcast. Uh, Hearing you talk about it makes me want to watch the movie again. And I'm look and I may watch it again. I'm looking forward to it. But this hearing you love this movie like you do, I'm really excited for you to watch Anniversary, man.
Oh
Um,
man. Okay.
you're funny.
Yeah. Well, hopefully I'll watch it. It's gonna be a duke out as the year goes on. But I will say just finally, there's plenty of reasons that a person might not want to watch this movie or might dislike this movie. I just don't understand, like, from a critical perspective, that in general it tries to be a little more objective and about I don't know. I guess the critical landscape has shifted, and some people, and I guess if a critic says, "Hey, this is irresponsible messaging" or something, then that's fair to say. I, I haven't unpacked all of that,
Yeah.
but yeah, I was pretty shocked that it got such a low score when it was some of the best filmmaking I've seen all year.
Well, there you have it, folks. You've probably ignored After the Hunt. Maybe it's because of the critical response, or maybe it's because of the subject matter. But Mitch loved it. I liked it. Maybe I don't love it. Maybe upon second rewatch, like a second watch, I'll dig into it more. What's your rating as of right now, Mitch?
This may surprise you after everything I said, but I think if I had to give a score right now, I'd give it 3.5.
Wow, that is surprising.
The
uh,
movies.
yeah, I'd probably give it 3.5 too. I think it's a rock solid movie. Um, wow, 3.5. I thought you were at least gonna go 4.
Yeah, well, stars are. I have a complicated relationship with stars, as you know.
Yes, I know. You're on and off again. All right, man. Well, I'll talk to you later, dude.
See you, man.